Let's have a look at the laws of exponents. In today's lesson, I'm going to explain the quotient of powers, right? It is law 2, and I'm going to discuss two things. I first want to go over what powers, exponents, and bases are. So I'm just going to touch on that, right? So the whole thing here is referred to as a power, a to the power of x. It's the whole thing together is called a power, and the different components x, this part here is called an exponent, and the bottom part is referred to as the base. So I'm going to discuss in detail the second law, which is the quotient of powers. That is when you divide two powers. So I'm going to start by writing the general form. The general form is a to the power of m divided by a to the power of n is equals to a to the power of n minus n. So the whole thing was the quotient of powers is to subtract the exponents when the bases are the same. When the bases are the same, you just subtract the exponents. Another way of viewing this is a to the power of m divided by a to the power of n is equals to a to the power of n minus n. So let's have a look at the first example. It's a to the power of 5 divided by a to the power of 3. The bases are the same, so subtract the exponents. 5 minus 3, and 5 minus 3 is 2. The second one is, once again, the bases are the same, so all that you do is subtract the exponent. So it's 2 to the power of 3x minus 2x, and that's 2 to the power of x. Very straightforward. This is quite an interesting question. By inspection again, b is the same, but now when the exponent is not given, we know that by default it should be 1. Please don't forget that when the exponent isn't given, like for instance b to the power of 1 is b, you just write the 1. So this should be b to the power of 1 minus 2, which is b to the power of negative 1, or 1 over b. Okay, it's 1 over b, right? Just use, this is the more important part, right? So here once again the exponents are the same, a and a, so you just subtract, the bases are the same, a and a, so you just subtract the exponents. So you should get a to the power of a to the power of negative 3 minus 5, and minus times minus is plus, so it's a to the power of negative 3 plus 5, and that should give you a to the power of 2. We do know that minus 1 times minus 1 is positive 1. So this brackets is behaves like a multiplication. So it's like negative 1 times negative 5. That's why I wrote a plus. That is why I wrote a plus here. Okay. So let's have a look at number 5. Important to always realize that the bases are the same, so you just subtract the exponents. So this is equals to a 3/2 minus 1/2, and 3/2 minus 1/2 is 2/2. 2/2 and 2 over 2 is 1, so that's a to the power of 1, or simply a. So guys, please, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing to this channel, and thank you for watching.